Welcome to the Dinar Daily. Today, we are analyzing a development that has captured significant attention, originating from a new communication by the Central Bank of Iraq. This broadcast is not based on rumor or recycled headlines. It concerns a new announcement that has reportedly sent waves of energy and curiosity through domestic and international communities. Conversations from Baghdad to Basra and in financial centers far beyond have reportedly intensified. This development, coming directly from Iraq's primary financial institution, is being viewed as a potential turning point in the nation's long-term financial trajectory. If you have followed the economic story of Iraq, the information being discussed today represents what many observers are calling one of the most important signals to emerge in years. We will break down the components of this news, focusing on the facts as they have been presented and the tangible developments underway. The story begins with a formal statement from the Central Bank of Iraq that has been described as both bold and attention-grabbing. In its official communication, the bank declared that the Iraqi dinar is entering what it termed a new stage of recovery, development, and international recognition. The statement reportedly went further, emphasizing a goal for the dinar to regain its rightful place within the global economic system. This type of language is not being treated as ordinary bureaucratic communication. The CBI is an institution known for its cautious, measured, and extremely careful terminology, as is common for central banks worldwide. Therefore, when it chooses to use such strong, affirmative, and confident words, the nation's financial sector, its investors, and its everyday citizens reportedly stop and pay close attention. The immediate effect of this announcement within Iraq has been described as nothing short of explosive. The perceived shift in the official atmosphere has been palpable. Media outlets reportedly lit up with urgent reports analyzing the bank's language, while local business owners began asking sharp questions about the practical implications. Online, social media platforms and discussion forums erupted with thousands of conversations within minutes of the news breaking. The central question echoing through the public sphere is whether this represents the moment Iraq has been methodically building toward. This sudden surge of public engagement, driven by an official source, has created a tide of anticipation that is reportedly still rising, reflecting a deep national interest in the country's financial future. To understand the public reaction, one only needs to look at the daily life inside Iraq. Reports suggest that if you walk into a cafe in Baghdad, you are likely to hear customers dissecting the CBI announcement. If you step into a market in Najaf or Karbala, vendors are said to be actively debating what the next steps in this financial process might look like. This is not a conversation limited to high finance, it has become a grassroots topic. Banks have reported a higher than usual volume of foot traffic, with citizens coming in to seek clarification about the dinar's future direction. This type of sudden, widespread public response indicates a populace that feels something tangible and real is underway, moving the needle from old skepticism to new, focused attention. Perhaps the most profound shift reported from within Iraq is psychological. For the first time in a very long time, citizens are reportedly speaking about their own currency with a renewed sense of pride and excitement, rather than apprehension or fear. Those who had previously been skeptical of economic progress are now paying closer attention, while those who had long hoped for a national financial resurgence feel that their optimism may be validated. Currency exchangers have noted that they are seeing more individuals coming in to discuss rate expectations or to simply ask whether a major change is truly on the horizon. This palpable change in the public's attitude and the transition from skepticism to hope may be one of the strongest indicators of the announcement's domestic impact. One of the most critical elements of this story is how the CBI announcement connects directly to Iraq's long-term digital transformation project. This new, confident language did not appear in a vacuum. For the past year, and even before, The central bank has been working relentlessly behind the scenes to completely modernize the nation's financial system. This has been a massive, multi-pronged effort. It includes the establishment of a robust digital payment infrastructure, the implementation of sophisticated electronic settlement systems, and ensuring comprehensive compliance with global banking standards. These changes were not random or temporary. They were strategic, foundational steps, and the CBI is now explaining exactly why they mattered so much. The CBI is reportedly no longer silent about the ultimate goal of these upgrades. They are now openly communicating that these technological preparations were specifically designed to prepare the country for a stronger, internationally respected dinar. When a nation wants its currency to function on the global stage, its entire back-end financial architecture must be tightened, synchronized, and built to meet rigorous international standards. This is precisely what Iraq has been quietly doing. Now, the bank is linking that completed work to its new open discussion about restoring the dinar's strength. This suggests they are preparing the financial engine of the country for a significant new phase of operation. Another one of the biggest clues highlighted in the announcement relates to Iraq's foreign reserves. The nation now reportedly holds more than $100 billion worth of reserves. This is a staggering number, so large that it surpasses the holdings of most nations in the Middle East, and indeed, many nations worldwide. This financial cushion is not just a point of pride. It is a critical tool of monetary policy. Strong reserves give a country enormous power and leverage in supporting and stabilizing its own currency, especially during a period of major transition. This financial safety net is precisely the kind of foundation required for any significant monetary adjustment or restructuring, and Iraq has spent years patiently building it. When a central bank possesses such deep reserves, it can confidently maintain market balance, support exchange rate adjustments, and ensure stability. This capability is essential to prevent panic and keep a transition orderly. The timing of this financial buildup, reaching historic highs, aligns perfectly with the timing of the new, confident announcement from the CBI. This alignment has raised serious questions across the global financial community, as observers note that Iraq now possesses both the modern technological framework and the massive financial backing required to support a significant monetary reform. Analysts are now watching to see what Iraq is preparing to reveal next. Given that these key pillars are firmly in place, there is another important development that has been occurring in parallel: the reported removal of larger banknotes from regular circulation. Over the past several months, multiple banks and currency supply centers inside Iraq have noted a steady, deliberate reduction of the largest denominations, specifically the 25, 0, 00 and 50, 00 dinar notes. These notes were originally necessary during the years when inflation was high and the country's economy was under intense strain. However, as Iraq's economic stability has improved, the practical purpose of these oversized notes has diminished. This is a classic sign of an economy shifting away from an inflationary past toward a more stable future. In most modern, healthy economies, smaller denominations are the norm because the currency itself holds stronger value. The strategic removal of oversized notes is a step often used by nations preparing to strengthen their monetary systems. It signals the beginning of a new chapter, one where people will likely use smaller, more practical bills that match a healthier exchange rate. The timing of this physical currency management is hard to ignore, especially as the CBI has also confirmed that new monetary instruments are upcoming. This combination of factors has made this development one of the most notable components of the ongoing financial preparations. Let's shift focus to another major point from the central bank: international integration. According to the new direction being signaled, Iraq is actively re-establishing the dinar's role in international settlements. This is a hugely significant development. For many years, Iraq's economy has relied almost exclusively on the US dollar for its international financial activities, such as import/export trade. This was a necessity because the dinar was not fully prepared or recognized for complex cross-border transactions. That era is reportedly ending. The digital banking reforms and compliance upgrades have directly linked Iraq's banks to global networks, making the dinar itself technologically compatible with international systems for the first time. This move is not a token upgrade. It represents a foundational change in Iraq's economic posture. When a country begins to prepare its own local currency for use in global trade, it signals one critical thing. It expects that currency to become far more valuable and trustworthy in the eyes of the world. A currency used for international trade must be stable, predictable, and backed by a transparent and robust system. Financial analysts abroad have already taken notice of this development. While the CBI did not reveal an exact new rate in its announcement, the groundwork they are describing suggests they are closer to a major transition in the dinar's global standing than ever before. The signs of preparation are not just external, they are also reportedly visible inside Baghdad's government ministries. Many government employees have begun to notice subtle but distinct changes in procedure. According to reports, some departments have received early notice that future salary structures may be adjusted to shift toward dinar only payments, removing the parallel use of US dollars entirely. This move, often called de-dollarization, would serve a powerful dual purpose. It would immediately solidify national confidence in the local currency by showing the government itself trusts it. And it would dramatically increase the domestic demand for and circulation of the dinar. Furthermore, several ministries have reportedly initiated training programs to prepare their staff for these adjustments. These programs are said to cover new payment systems, how to use the new digital banking platforms, and other financial procedures expected to be rolled out soon. Observers note that these are not the kind of preparations a government makes for minor, routine updates. This level of internal education and systemic adjustment strongly implies that the government is preparing its entire workforce for something far more significant: a systemic change in how the nation's finances are managed on a practical, daily basis. One of the strongest reactions to the CBI update has been documented among business owners throughout Iraq. A rising tide of optimism is being reported from shopkeepers, restaurant operators, real estate brokers, and transportation companies. Many of these entrepreneurs recall the difficult years of economic uncertainty which made long-term planning nearly impossible. Prices were unpredictable, transaction systems were outdated, and many stores had to juggle both dinar and dollar transactions just to keep their doors open. That ambiguity and instability was a major roadblock to investment and growth. Today, however, business owners say there is a palpable sense of clarity returning to the market, driven by the central bank's confident messaging. The talk of a stronger, more stable dinar has reportedly restored confidence in local markets. Individuals who had once refused to make long-term investments due to financial uncertainty are now reportedly reconsidering their positions. Business owners who had postponed plans for expansion are now exploring those opportunities again. For the first time in years, many small businesses feel hopeful that a stronger dinar could finally stabilize prices, reduce their exposure to foreign currency fluctuations, and ultimately support sustainable, nationwide growth. Another significant ripple effect from the announcement has appeared among currency exchangers and financial service providers. These professionals, who are on the front lines of the economy, have been reporting a marked increase in public interest. More customers are coming in not just to conduct transactions, but to ask pointed questions about new exchange mechanisms, the functionality of digital payments, and the expectations for rate changes. This type of spike in public inquiry is a classic indicator that the general populace believes something meaningful is about to happen. It shows that the CBI message has been received and is being taken very seriously. What's even more interesting, according to financial professionals in Iraq, is the nature of these public inquiries. They are reporting less rumor-based chatter and more legitimate, fact-based questions. People are seeking guidance, clarity on new regulations, and factual information. This shift away from speculation toward informed curiosity is being seen as a very positive sign. It suggests the public is not reacting out of fear or hype, but out of a rational sense of anticipation. It also implies that public trust in the central bank's direction and communication is rising, which is an essential ingredient for any successful, large-scale monetary reform. What makes this moment even more significant is the level of global attention Iraq is now receiving. Financial observers in key regions like the Gulf, Europe, and North America are closely tracking these developments. This is not the speculative attention of the past. It is sober, economic attention. Iraq has re-established itself as a highly influential player in global oil production, a critical partner in regional energy strategies, and a major emerging economy. Because of this, a major structural shift in the value of the Iraqi dinar is no longer just a domestic affair. It has the potential to affect import markets, trade lanes, and investment strategies worldwide. Many banks and financial institutions abroad rely on real-time rate monitoring systems that automatically update when a country announces new official currency values. Because of the digital integration Iraq has already completed, if and when the CBI adjusts its official rate, the entire world will see it within minutes. This is why international financial communities are watching with such focused interest. A stable, strengthened, and internationally tradable Iraqi dinar could fundamentally reshape economic relationships, investment flows, and trade balances across the entire Middle East and potentially beyond, making this a story of global economic importance. There is also a powerful, growing sense of national pride building within Iraq, especially as the public narrative shifts from one of dependency to one of empowerment. For many years, the dinar's low value was a painful and constant symbol of the immense struggles the nation had faced. From conflict and political instability to severe financial strain. But now, with the central bank projecting such strong confidence and the government reinforcing the nation's economic strength through its massive reserves and modernization, the dinar is transforming. It is becoming a symbol of resurgence, progress, and national healing. This emotional and cultural shift is reportedly just as important as the financial one happening behind the scenes. Citizens who once expressed deep frustration are now expressing tangible hope. Young people who grew up hearing only about economic challenges are finally seeing concrete reasons to believe in their country's financial future. Families, teachers, and workers are discussing the possibility of once again using a strong national currency that reflects the true wealth of their nation. For a country that has endured so much, that belief in a new era is a powerful force for unity and progress. Looking ahead, the next phase, according to insiders within Iraq's financial sector, includes a series of public awareness campaigns. These campaigns are reportedly being designed to guide citizens through the practical, on-the-ground transitions. This includes education on new banknotes, updates to digital banking apps, and ensuring smoother payment systems for everyone. Public education is a crucial and necessary step for any major monetary reform. The government and the CBI want to ensure that every single citizen understands precisely what is happening, why it is happening, and how to navigate the changes safely and confidently. This public education push is expected to cover several key areas. It will teach people how to identify new denominations of currency and how to use the new electronic banking tools that are becoming more widespread. Crucially, these campaigns will also focus on how to avoid fraud As bad actors often try to take advantage of confusion during periods of financial change, clear communication prevents panic and ensures a stable, orderly transition. The very fact that Iraq is reportedly preparing these comprehensive public awareness campaigns now indicates that the transition is getting closer. It shows the CBI is focused on stability and wants every Iraqi, young or old, to move confidently into the next era. One of the most widely anticipated developments in this next phase is the introduction of lower denomination banknotes. As mentioned in modern economies, lower value notes are used for daily transactions because the currency itself holds stronger purchasing power. Iraq's current reliance on large notes is a leftover effect from years of high inflation. If the dinar strengthens, as the CBI language suggests, smaller bills will become an absolute necessity. Carrying a 25,000 dinar note to buy a coffee would become impractical. Experts expect that future denominations will be easier to carry, simpler to use in daily commerce, and more aligned with international monetary standards. This change will not only benefit citizens but also the entire economy. It will help businesses streamline their operations, especially in retail. It will allow banks to manage cash flow and vault holdings more efficiently. And it will simplify everyday purchases for citizens who will no longer need to carry large wads of oversized notes. Although the Central Bank of Iraq has not yet officially released the exact designs, values, or timing for these new notes, the fact that they are discussing the transition to new monetary instruments publicly means the process is already well underway behind the scenes, marking another concrete step toward reform. The most dramatic moment, of course, will be when the central bank announces the new exchange value, if and when that decision is made. All indications are that this announcement is expected to be made carefully, publicly, and in full coordination with global financial platforms. The CBI priority, observers note, is to ensure the transition is stable, transparent, and professional, avoiding the chaos of speculation. When they are ready to release a new value, it will appear on their official website, on banking screens across Iraq, and simultaneously on the international rate tracking platforms used by banks and financial institutions around the world. The entire financial community will see it instantly. This leads to a crucial point emphasized by insiders and analysts alike. People will not need to search for rumors or hidden information. When the real change happens, it will be impossible to miss. The Central Bank of Iraq will ensure the entire world knows, clearly and officially. Part of what makes this current moment feel unique to observers is how quiet and focused government officials have reportedly become. Historically, when big reforms were still far away, there were often leaks, public debates, and political discussions. But now, many individuals who once spoke openly have gone silent. This type of administrative silence is often not accidental. In the context of a major financial reform, it usually means one thing: the work has shifted from planning to execution. It suggests that the high-level decisions may have already been made, the technical systems may already be programmed, and the timing may already be determined behind closed doors. The government's priority would be to ensure the transition is secure and orderly. In this context, silence is not seen as a sign of delay. It is interpreted by many as a sign of readiness. As this news spreads, the energy continues to build. The Central Bank of Iraq has spoken with uncharacteristic confidence. The years-long reforms of the financial system are reportedly complete. The public, both at home and abroad, is hopeful and paying close attention. The financial systems are prepared and the world is watching. The key message for everyone, from citizens in Iraq to observers abroad, remains simple: stay informed, stay patient, and follow official updates. The advice is to not rely on rumors or unverified claims. When the CBI is ready to reveal the final details, they will announce them clearly and publicly, and the entire country will experience one of the most important events in its modern financial history together.